Pipeline is not a magic number. It's pure play maths.
Marketing should be responsible for pipeline. If marketing is not responsible for the pipeline, then marketing would become a cost center.
Is marketing accountable for pipeline or it just leads?
Quantity is equal to quality. So we do 10 campaigns today. Tomorrow we are going to do 20 campaigns. And the more number of campaigns we do, the more number of meals we shoot out, the more number of paid ads we put, the more revenue we would be getting. And we would be able to contribute or impact the pipeline accordingly. Architecting a campaign than just doing a campaign. Designing a campaign versus just rolling out a campaign. So how do we design campaign?
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of B2B Marketing Podcast series presented by B2B World Summit and powered by Brand Story Digital. I'm your host Saikat Das Mohanty. Today we're talking about something which all B2B teams struggle with, but very often they don't accept it. We are busy, we're launching campaigns, we are generating leads. But how many of them are actually thinking about predictable pipelines? Because there's a big difference between running a marketing activity versus thinking about a GTM engine that can keep on constantly delivering on revenues. In this episode, we're going to discuss how to look beyond campaigns and focus on a GTM engine that can help you in delivering a predictable pipeline. Joining me today is Om Puran, Director and Head of Enterprise Marketing at Securite. Om is a seasoned marketer with about 2 decades of experience in marketing, sales, and technology. Om has also been recognized as ET's most promising tech marketing. Hi Om, welcome to the B2B Marketing Podcast series. Now, before we begin, it'll be great if you can hear something about yourself, or maybe if you can just share about your journey. You've been with the 2 decades of experience in marketing, sales, and tech. Talk about your journey a bit before we get it.
Thank you, Saikat. And it's an honor to be here, part of this podcast. I always wanted to be here. And talking about my journey, it all started with advertisements. And some 25 years back, I was making ad films. And then I stepped into tech marketing. And I have worked with all types of technology companies, starting from promising startups to large enterprises. My last 5 years of experience has been with tech companies in the field of service marketing. Okay, and recently I joined this company called Quick Hill. So I head the enterprise division of a brand called Securite. So I'm in charge of the entire marketing bit for Securite. Now Quick Hill was into the antivirus market, and then they wanted to focus more on the enterprise side of things. And right now, Securite is completely focusing on enterprise level cybersecurity. We do endpoint protection to data protection. So all those things we do.
That's great. Fantastic. I think that's something very interesting. Om, I think you have a great journey out there, starting from tech brands to now services, and now to a cybersecurity solutions brand. So that's great. So I think I think that I'm sure you will be able to bring in a lot of great insights today for our conversations. Sure. So let's dive into our conversation that we have today and the topic. And my first fundamental discussion is about the GTM illusion. Okay.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think it's an activity. A lot of people think it's an architecture. Okay. So and what we have seen is that most of the B2B teams, make this mistake by taking mistake of thinking that activity is a progress. Okay. So they keep on doing more campaigns, there are more tools, there are a lot of dashboards, so it's all complicated, okay? So my question to you is that what does a well-designed GTM architecture look like, and how is it different from an activity?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a very good question. And it's a question which is pertinent, which is important for any marketer in today's context. And you know something, what exactly, I mean, the trap today is all of the vanity items.
Yeah.
I would say that visibility without velocity is vanity.
Right.
So that can be a $1 million quote in today's context. Rather than focusing on, all vanity items like how many impressions, how many clicks, how many, I would say checkmark items.
Right.
It's very important that we define all of these things together. Now, GTM, I would say people think that, okay, I mean, if I want to put a GTM, the best thing to do would be try and dig in some info about the customer. Okay.
Correct.
And then try and put up a plan. Okay. Do a campaign. Campaign as in we'll do omni-channel, we'll do email, we'll do calling, and then finally we would see that, okay, we have done some 10 campaigns, 15 campaigns, and what we get from 10 to 15 campaigns, we are getting leads.
Yeah.
Okay. And then again, after doing so many campaigns and the leads, we are seeing the output. But when we talk about the outcome is completely absent. Okay. And that is where the sales are going to question us.
Right.
So boss, you have done n number of campaigns. We have spent so much of money and resources and everything.
Right.
But where is the pipeline?
Correct.
Okay. So GTM for the sake of GTM is not going to help us.
Correct.
So GTM with an intent, okay, is going to make a difference. So when we talk about GTM, I would say that there are 3 important and cardinal things within a GTM. The first thing is the ICP.
Right.
Okay. So you got to nail down on the persona.
Correct.
Second would be the journey. And third would be, the lessons. So when you talk about ICP, it's not, see, most of the GTMs fail because we don't know, the ICP.
Correct. Yeah,
There is a saying
Yeah.
that begin with the end in mind.
Correct.
Okay, I mean, Stephen Covey is one of the popular saying. Really is a thing which is applicable to this context.
Okay.
So without having an end goal, so most of the marketers, they fall into the trap. They don't even know whom to sell, what to sell,
Correct.
how to sell.
Correct.
But they have a message ready.
Yeah.
And we always tend to put the product in front of the problem.
Correct.
But my customer is not waiting that, okay, I'm going to get a call or an email which is going to tell me that, okay, I mean, please buy this.
Correct.
My customer either is having a pain or is interested in getting some gains.
Correct.
A classic, your that value proposition framework. Okay, you have the pain. For pain, you need to have the pain relievers. You have the gain. You'll have to put in the things which are going to help your customer to gain things.
Right.
Okay, and the crux of the entire thing is the value.
Correct.
If the customer is going to see the value, then only that person is going to come and see or open your emails or listen to your podcast or click on the post that you're putting it on the social media. So I talked about the ICP. So that's the ICP. ICP is beyond just picking up a company, but digging in more into what the problem the company is facing, what is the market, who is the person whom I'm selling to, the buyer, does he have the budget, is this the right time or the right time to
Correct.
nudge him that,
Correct.
boss, I mean, right now you have a problem. Now let's explore things.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Second, I talked about the journeys. So journeys are also equally important. I mean, when you start with the awareness comes what exactly are you going to provide to your visitor or to your audience in the awareness part.
Right.
Okay. It's not just, some ebook with some fancy figures or some infographics. That is not going to help you.
Correct.
Okay. Awareness means something or some hook. every day I browse through LinkedIn. I scan through posts, and some of the posts I save them. Some of the posts I download them. I save the infographics. Why? I think that I'm going to use them at some point of time.
Yeah.
So my content, which is going out in the awareness phase, should have that kind of a value, or should have that kind of a magnetic power that my audience is hooked to it. So that hook should be there.
Right.
Then comes your consideration. So in your consideration phase, your content should also provide that kind of a value that your audience is able to consider you as an option.
Correct.
Same goes with the decisioning phases also. So right now, what I've seen, marketers have been putting so much of stress in the awareness phase, in the top of the funnel. They're forgetting about the bottom of the funnel. The consideration phase as well as the decisioning phase, the magnets or the assets are what are missing. Third, I talked about, I spoke about the lessons.
Correct.
So lessons are also equally important. You keep repeating the things which are working,
Right.
and you need to fail fast. So each campaign is going to help you in having some lessons.
Correct.
Okay. And then based upon that, you try and devise or you architect. Okay. So GTM is not just a formula, it's a framework. It has to be more than putting some checklist item. There has to be a intent or a context behind it, and it has to be properly architected.
Very well put,
Yes.
Om. And I think if I have to just add to this, when we look at ICP and you look at the journey and all, which is very, very important, and like some of the brands actually do a lot of work on putting the ICP together and all. But when it comes to the journey, they have the same communication for all the journeys, and that's where I think the problems also is there, and that is where they're not learning from the mistakes. So it's a very, very valid point. I think those three, it's very good. Now, a difficult question for you from a marketing standpoint. Okay. Now that we are here and we're talking about GTM, we're talking about pipeline and revenue. Okay. The difficult question, the follow-up question to this is that is marketing accountable for pipeline or it just leads?
Marketing should be responsible for pipeline. Okay. If marketing is not responsible for the pipeline, then marketing would become a cost center.
And today it's a cost center.
Yes. So marketing would ensure the table stakes. Marketing is going to ensure that it has a seat in the table along with sales if it is able to contribute to the pipeline.
Correct.
Marketing, be it the marketing influenced revenue or marketing generated revenue.
Correct.
Okay. In both the cases, I'm talking about, I mentioned influence revenue. So marketing has a play. So when sales has bought some kind of a lead, so there also the marketing assets are the one which are doing the magic.
Right.
And towards the fag end of the funnel, in the pre-sales process, when the opportunities are arriving, marketing is also giving all those insights.
Correct.
Okay. Marketing is also responsible for the messaging, that point of time.
Correct.
As well as marketing is also responsible for top of the funnel activities or doing the initial carpet bombing or doing the air cover. So wherein you have the content and the brand built. Okay. And based upon that, your audience, your visitors are coming to you.
Right.
They know about your company. They know what you are doing.
Right.
Okay. So marketing definitely in today's context should be a contributor to the overall revenue.
Correct.
Then just a cost center.
Okay. So marketing for sure has to be accountable for pipeline, which is very important. And I think today's marketers are now understanding we are not just a cost center, okay, which is very important.
Yeah.
You spoke about three things, okay, ICP, journey, and learnings, okay,
Yes.
and I think they really help build a great GTM engine, which can probably help in delivering pipeline. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we're discussing about pipeline, and you said that marketing is responsible for pipeline. Now, on the pipeline part of it, pipeline is not a magic number. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
correct. It's pure play maths. Okay. for example, if I'm aware that in stage 1 I have a conversion of 20%, stage 2 I have a conversion of 30%, stage 3 I have a conversion of say 25%, and all of these numbers will tell you what's actually possible.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's the story. So it's not a magic number that I move a wand and I get a pipeline number.
Correct.
It's not that. It's all numbers, and it's all there in our history. Why do teams like react very emotionally every quarter instead of fixing the stage or fixing the funnel where the leak is happening? What do you think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's also a great question. And I would say, who are the culprit? The culprit are us. Be it sales, be it marketing, everyone. I mean, the entire system is responsible for it. It's more. That's why I said, I spoke about 3 cardinal important things.
Yeah.
So you have the ICP, you have the journey, you have the lessons.
Right.
My third rule, that is on the lesson, has a say in this thing. It can answer your question.
Right.
Like, what has been your learning?
Correct.
Let's say, if I'm cooking something, okay, I'm cooking biryani, and if it is going to taste pathetic, would I go and change the recipe, or I try and find out how to make it better. Or I just increase the volume?
Right.
The metaphor I'm trying to put here is, what are marketers in today's marketers, what they are doing and where they are going wrong. So they think that quantity is equal to quality.
Correct.
So we do 10 campaigns today, tomorrow we are going to do 20 campaigns, and the more number of campaigns we do, the more number of meals we shoot out, the more number of paid ads we put, the more revenue we would be getting, and we would be able to contribute or impact the pipeline accordingly. So that's why I'll go back to my metaphor. If your food is tasting bad, are you going to make more of those food? No.
Not.
You're going to correct it.
Yeah.
That course correction is equally important. So you'll have to analyze where exactly the leak is happening.
Correct.
Is it your messaging is right or wrong? Your messaging is perfect. That's why, your visitor or your audiences are turning out to you.
Absolutely.
Maybe, your awareness level things or assets are doing wonderful thing. Next, when you move on to the next stage, so where you have the consideration piece there, and that is where you see that your content is also equally doing wonderful thing. There is no loss happening. Then finally you find the bug and you see that you are able to give band qualified lead to your pre-sales team or to your inside sales team or the ISR, and the meetings are not doing well. Because marketing would say that, okay, I have done my bit and I have given the MQLs.
Correct.
And we are going to, take the credit of all the good number of leads we have given.
Yeah.
But lead to deal level conversion or marketing to sales level conversion, is it happening or not happening?
Correct.
So we need to assess all of these things. So it's not, a blame game kind of a thing where marketing and sales, they fight with each other on issues like marketing will say that, okay, I gave you in a month, I gave you some 200 leads. So how many were you able to convert? And sales will say that the kind of leads you have given me are crap. Sorry for my language. So they are absolutely, they are nonsensical leads. They are also not relevant. So a proper handshake has to happen.
Yeah.
It's not a marketing problem or a sales problem. It's everyone's problem. So the understanding has to be clear. Where exactly are we going wrong? Is it a product problem? Is it a messaging problem? Or is a far bigger economic problem or a environmental problem?
Right.
So where exactly the problem is?
Got it.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So if it is a universal problem, we'll have to figure out, how to correct it. Or if your competitors are able to get their business going and they are successful, why aren't you successful?
You need to find the leak
Yes.
where it is at which journey stage. Okay. This is
Exactly.
very important.
Yeah.
Great. Now, you spoke about leads. Now, let me come to a very classical case of this. Okay, and I think a lot of mid-market teams, do this mistake when it comes to leads and all of that. Okay, sales team classically will come back always to marketing and say that, okay, these leads that you've given are bad leads, okay,
Yeah.
or bad quality, as you rightly said,
Right.
and that's a very and it happens also, because the way the campaigns are run, and when we think about it, let's think about it. If somebody has downloaded a white paper, that doesn't mean that that person is already ready to buy my product or has the money to buy it. He's just downloaded it. He might not be my customer right now. He might be my customer probably in 6 months or 7 months down the line. He might be interested in buying something, but right now it might not be the need. As you said, I'd keep some LinkedIn posts and all ready, but I'll use it sometime later because right now I'm not in it.
Right.
So that's where the lead story is that. So this is where we come to the question of lead quality. Okay, and therefore there's a lot of lead scoring that is done and all. So the question is, are we doing the lead scoring right? And are we scoring based on interest or are we scoring based on intent? So in your opinion, where is that shift happening and where should marketers start focusing when it comes to leads and improving the quality of it?
Yeah, that's a good question. And we have been talking about the lead scoring. Lead scoring or bad quality of leads are not sales problem. They are actually marketing clarity problem. If the marketer or if in the CRM, if the logic is not set properly, okay, the leads that are being given to the sales are not of that good quality, it's problem of marketing. It's not problem of sales. So one has to actually assess. So there has to be a proper, deep dive or assessment that has to happen. Where exactly it has gone wrong. You rightly mentioned somebody downloading a white paper. Can that be considered as a lead? Yes, it can be considered as a lead. At what level, at what stage?
Correct.
It would be awareness level lead.
Yeah.
So awareness level leads must be, put into that engine where they are nurtured properly.
Correct.
So those are educational leads. I mean, you need to give, information or provide educational content so that, your visitor or your audience is aware.
Right.
I mean, what is happening, is able to compare things. And when we are talking about your decisioning level leads, where your, demo might go wrong, or where your pricing is too much, your data sheet is not matching with the customer requirement. Customer has a certain requirement and what you are providing are different.
Correct.
Okay. So that is where your lead scoring is important and essential. And for each of the stages, so a proper assessment has to happen. So where your product team or your service team are also aware, your business is also aware, and you are able to find out the accurate or the right way of nurturing. Directly rejecting a lead saying that, okay, it's a bad lead, it is not the thing.
Right.
So that's why you have all those frameworks. You have the SPIN framework, you have, a BAND framework. Okay, you check whether they have the budget or they are the approver, whether they have the need or it's the right time. So all those things, when properly qualified, so then it goes for a demo.
Correct.
And within the demo, if the customer feels that no, now the product I'm evaluating, it is not matching with my requirement. So then leave it to customer, no?
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly they want, and then whatever they want, you need to, if you have it, then give it to them. If you don't have it, then, be a consultative, take a consultative approach and then suggest them something better.
Yeah.
So creating that rapport and trust is important. Then, pushing yourself hard to make a point sales.
What I hear from you is that your lead scoring is important. For sure, it is important.
Yes.
And I think both the parts, interest and intent, are also important.
Correct.
And one needs to identify what is the lead and where it should be put together.
Absolutely.
Whether under an interest bucket or an intent bucket, and based on that, things can be, whether you have to nurture the lead, whether you have to, focus on, and obviously that will help. Okay?
Yeah, just to add, so when we are talking with the intent and the interest, it all boils down to whether the customer is right now looking for certain solutions. And that is where, so today we have so many fantastic tools which are able to give us all those signals and intents.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you know that the customer is really looking at something, or you, based upon your research, you see that, it's a time to renew existing product from a customer standpoint. So that is where you see the opportunity of getting into some kind of a conversation with the customer.
Right.
Okay. So if you know, that customer is interested or is having the intent, then you can do your messaging well. Then you can do your outreach well.
Correct. Great. That's a good point, Om, and that takes me to our next segment. Okay, so you gave some really interesting points on leads, lead scoring. You talked about the GTM architecture, what we need to look at, and all of that. So now let's move to the other point, which is about moving from campaigns to systems. Okay,
Right.
So what we see today is that teams are continuously in a cycle. Okay, launch, promote, report, repeat. I would say that's how it is. I launch a campaign, I promote it, I report it, I repeat it. Okay, so that's what everybody has been doing. Okay, and this is where obviously the point of learning and leakages is also coming in, because people are not probably implementing the learnings that they are doing. Okay, and probably this kind of a model is not a scalable model, right? So instead of asking what's my next campaign, will it be important to say that what part of the funnel is leaking? Okay, and do you think an always on campaign or always on system can help address this?
That's a good question. Okay, and I would go back to my career when I used to also do the same thing. Okay.
Every one of us has done
more
the same.
Campaigns, more emails, more data, more reports, more coffee. So the more I used to think that more is good.
Absolutely.
Okay. But now the thing is that less is good. So it has to, even if it is less, it has to be of that kind of a quality.
Yeah.
I'll give you an actual example. I also, my past 5 years of career has been into field marketing.
Yeah.
And in today's date, events are the ones which are yielding more, are responsible for adding more to the pipeline than any other marketing tactics.
Right.
And in events, so what used to happen earlier, so a set of, you plan for an event, you go, be it a third party event or you're hosting some sort of an event, you go there, you get some goodies, you scan badges, and you build a pipeline, you come back, and then you send out a thank you mail.
Right.
So that is what we were doing. So it was volume. It was like we were trying to put in more quantity into action.
Right.
But when you have an intent, when you have a thought process, when you have a context, so behind all of your activities, it is going to give you the right kind of a result.
Correct.
So that is the difference between architecting a campaign than just doing a campaign.
Correct.
Designing a campaign versus just rolling out a campaign.
Correct.
So how do we design campaign? So we design campaign by putting more time into, I would say, we analyze, we put in our brain and effort, we think, plan. There is a lot that gets into the activity.
Right.
So in my early career, I used to think that growth is only possible when we are doing more.
Correct.
More of campaigns, more of emails, more ads, more budget. If my boss used to ask me that I want this much of revenue, I would certainly go to him and tell him that, okay, I mean, give me this much of budget, then you are going to
Correct.
see the result. So that is what I used to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And going back to my career as a field marketer, I learned this thing and how it used to happen earlier, that whenever there was an event we were participating, so we used to, sponsor the event, put a booth, do a batch scan, take photographs, collect all the cards, send out a thank you note, and consider all of the people who are visiting to our booth as final leads.
Right.
And that was it.
Correct.
And that is the mistake that is the mistake inexperienced marketers are doing in today's state. Okay. You think that you do more campaign, you do more events, you do more ads, and it is going to help you in building more pipeline. That is actually wrong.
Right.
Doing things just for the sake of doing it without any kind of a thought process is bad.
Right.
Okay, so how do we fix it? We fix it by designing things, by architecting things. Let me go back to the same example of an event. If I'm going to do an event, I'll do pre-event activities. I'll pick everyone's brain, my product team's brain, my sales team's brain, everyone's brain into finding more information about the event. What kind of a customer are we expecting?
Yeah.
Who all are gonna be visiting the event? I would do pre-event activities where I will do a outreach by which I'm able to invite people to come and see us or meet us at the booth.
Right.
Okay, I would plan more into getting some scheduled discussions and conversation at the event.
Right.
Post-event, I would have a 48 hours or 24 hours of runway of sending out thank you note, and also I'm able to fix up all of the demos which were discussed during the event.
Yeah.
So all those things are really important. So that is where your design versus just doing makes the difference. If you do things for the sake of doing, it is not going to help you.
Yeah.
You'll have to design the GTM, you'll have to design all those campaigns, and there has to be a thought process behind it. There has to be much more of effort needs to go into digging in information about your visitor, about your ICP. You have a clarity what your audience is interested in and what exactly would resonate.
Right.
You need to have the right kind of a mind share. Then only you are able to convince, or then only you are able to be there in the mind of your customer.
Correct. So this is basically like an always-on thing. You
Absolutely.
have to always
Yeah.
be on it. It's not about having many campaigns, but
Exactly.
smaller campaigns, but for a longer period of time where you can nurture also. You can do a lot of stuff. Okay.
Even if it is an always-on campaign, then also you'll have to begin with the end in mind.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay. So even if it is an always-on campaign, you need to define the journey.
Right.
If you're not defining the journey, if you don't know what kind of intervals are there and what kind of a nurture is going to happen during those intervals,
Right.
you won't be able to justify your effort into those campaigns,
Correct.
into those always-on campaigns.
Correct.
So always-on campaign should be there with the context, with proper, understanding of each and every step.
Right. So it's about orchestrating or kind of architecting the entire GTM
Absolutely.
process, because
Absolutely
the
true.
better you architect or
Yeah.
better you orchestrate the entire process, it's only going to yield you more. It's
Absolutely.
going to give
Yeah,
you more.
completely agree.
Great. So we've spoken about all of this. Now let's talk about something where, one more important thing. Okay, now this is obviously, as a marketer, as a head of marketing, you would be always questioned. Okay, and these are that's the metrics, which actually is shaping the behavior. And so whether you are responsible for a MQL or you are responsible for driving revenue, that's the question which completely changes the game. Okay. So in your opinion, what are the 3 or 4 actual metrics that really showcase or that really proves the GTM's health, that the GTM is really working for me? What are those, in your views, what are those metrics that you would go with?
Absolutely. Yeah, good question. So I would certainly look at the MQLs, marketing qualified leads. I would look at marketing influence leads. Okay. I would look at the pipeline velocity. I would look at the conversion rate. So these are the 4 things I would certainly would want to look at. Okay. So these are the most important ones.
Important when it comes to...
So marketing, how much leads are sourced from marketing? How much of marketing is able to help sales in influencing a deal process? Okay. How much is getting converted?
Right.
And how we are able to help the overall, revenue velocity.
Got it.
Okay. The pipeline velocity.
Okay.
So these are most important ones.
Perfect. That's good. So it's not vanity metrics for sure.
No
so
vanity
it's
metrics.
It's about really.
So
really
it's not
driving
about
business.
clicks or impressions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
No vanity.
That's
As I mentioned earlier, that your visibility without velocity is vanity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Now this is a very, I would say this is a topic that I've been discussing with most of the guests who have come on the podcast today, and this is a classic example also because there's always a tussle. Sales and marketing teams, okay, they're never aligned, okay,
Right.
and it's a tussle which is always there. They're never aligned, and there is a lot of questions that is going on. Okay, so in your opinion, why is it really important for marketing and sales team to meet over these kind of conversations, or when it comes to architecting a GTM? Why is it really important for both marketing and sales too? Because I believe or a lot of people think GTM is actually the job of marketing. Okay, so why do we need a sales team here? So what are your views on this?
So if marketing is measured on MQLs and sales is measured on pipeline, obviously the fights are going to be inevitable.
Okay.
So marketing cannot just, put their hands up saying that, okay, I have given the MQL, that's it.
Correct.
My job is done. A proper GTM should be responsible for driving growth. It is not, GTM's objective should not be towards creating MQLs.
Right.
So when you are without, so who is getting the rejections? Sales is getting the rejection. Marketing is not getting the rejection.
Yeah.
So you have a lead, you have a customer or a contact who is, you're downloading a white paper. So they are going through the entire journey. And finally, the rejection is happening during the deal process.
Correct.
During the deal stage. So if marketing doesn't have an understanding of the, end journey, and marketing is not aware of the scenarios where things can go wrong, so then it's a criminal of putting a GTM.
Correct.
And GTM, salespeople won't put the GTM. It is the marketing that defines the GTM.
Correct.
So the definition of GTM is not only important in the first stage of your sales buyer journey, it is also equally important towards the fag end of the funnel.
Right.
So your GTM should have all of the, foolproof methods. If something is going wrong, so what has to be the remedy?
Right.
So if there is a rejection which is happening towards the fag end, saying that, okay, your pricing is too much, or your product is not meeting with my requirement, your services are not matching to my current tech stack. Okay. So those kind of points can come up. So if those kind of points are coming up, So how do you answer? How do you fix all those things? So it is marketing's responsibility of putting a playbook into action. It is marketing's responsibility of creating battle cards. It's the marketing responsibility of having an understanding of who all are the competition and in what all ways the competition is outsmarting you, and what exactly you need to do to outsmart the competition. It is marketing responsibility to define or to create all those elevator pitch.
Right.
It is marketing responsibility to take a handover from the product team of getting down into the nitty-gritty of the product and fixing the messaging. Not only fixing the messaging for one set of persona who can be your the end buyer. Okay. But when you are in B2B selling, what happens? I mean, so you have all different. You have consumer, you have a person. Let's say if I'm selling in my context, today I'm selling data privacy. Okay, for my company, I'm selling data privacy as a solution, as a product. Now, for me, the procurement department of, say, a bank
will be very important.
Okay, so they are the one who are going to buy it. But are they going to use it? No.
IT is going to use it.
IT is going to use it. You have the compliance team, you have the regulatory team. So many teams are there. So what kind of a message is going to go to each of these persona? What kind of a message is going to go to the CFO? Because he is also a ratifier out there. He has to see the context. I mean, if he is, responsible for the budget, be it a compliance driven where you would be have to pay hefty penalty, or it is for growth. I mean, if you are selling a CRM to an organization or a HRMS to a firm, so what benefit are the firms getting out of it?
Right.
Okay. So to go back to answer your question, so when it comes to the handshake with sales, it cannot be a QBR call. It cannot be a monthly, cadence. It has to be a daily thing. So sales and marketing are partners in crime. Along sales and marketing, your product team should also be there. And all of these three teams should work, hand in hand to support the business.
Absolutely.
Everyone should be in the same page.
Okay.
So the product is aware. The product team would be fancying about the features. The engineering team would be fancying about how to build that. The delivery team would be thinking that, okay, my customer is looking at this thing. How do I, please my customer?
Timelines.
You have customer success team also who are there.
Yeah.
And all of these teams should come together and it has to be a one goal. It cannot be, efforts which are happening in siloed format.
Absolutely.
So everyone should be aligned.
Yeah.
So unless and until there is an alignment, sales and marketing will always, or the other teams are going to fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the alignment is just not about sales and marketing. It's the entire, product teams, sales team, marketing team.
Absolutely.
Everybody together, and
Everyone
together
should be
brings
in the same
together
place.
the
Yes.
entire G team. Great. So I think some very, very good points, Om, that you shared with us. I think that's really interesting to have with us. Now, before we close our discussion, I have a very quick rapid fire round for you. Quick questions, quick answers. Okay, not thinking much about it. Okay, your first views. Okay, MQL versus SQL.
SQL.
Okay, so you're focusing on sales qualified lead here and not just marketing.
Yes.
Qualified. Okay, great. Volume or velocity?
Velocity.
Okay, interesting. Inbound or outbound?
Inbound.
And why would you say that?
Because you are bringing the horses to drink water.
Okay, so you don't want to go to them, but you want them to come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. As a marketer, your focus should be inbound.
Got it.
So you'll have to bring. So your brand awareness, your lead magnets, your content syndication, everything should be there to attract with one goal.
Got it. And
outbound has a play, but inbound for a marketer, inbound is the key.
Okay. And one big quarterly campaign or always on engine?
Always on engine.
Okay. In all the contexts or in just digital marketing context?
In all the contexts.
In all the contexts.
So if you're talking about the roundtables, every quarter every month you should be having roundtables.
Okay.
The small, focused, intimate 15 people roundtables are going to do wonders.
Got it.
You bring your customer
Okay.
to talk good things about you.
Got it.
You get your prospects, make them sit in a single room. You get your people, you take them on an off-site. So that is where you get to know
keep
them.
on doing
Yes,
that.
keep on doing
keep
that.
on engaging
Yes.
with the customers.
Absolutely.
And the last one, revenue marketing. Is it a hype or it's the future?
It's the future.
It's the future. Yeah. Can you expand a little bit on this?
No, everything we are doing towards the revenue.
Okay.
For that, revenue ops people are going to have a great future.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much, Om. I think great points, and thank you for sharing your views. Just to summarize our conversations, what I summarize it is that what I hear is that campaigns are important and they create spikes, which is important, and they keep on doing that thing. But when it comes to systems or engines, GTM engines or GTM systems, they bring in stability and they bring in revenue.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it needs to be balanced out, somewhere, and have to be created in a way. The second one is that alignment of campaigns with your GTM strategy is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Okay? Sometimes we run campaigns, but it's probably not aligned with the GTM strategy. So we need to think about that. And the last one is that growth is not about doing more.
Yes.
It's about better design.
Absolutely.
Which was one of my key takeouts, I would say. Great. So Om, any last views or any last points for our viewers?
Most B2B marketing are busy but not effective because motion is not momentum. And I'll go back to my previous statement. Visibility without velocity is vanity. So my recommendation or suggestion to all budding marketers would be to come out of the vanity matrix and focus on what is really important and relevant. And that is coming up with proper design and architecture. So today we have entered into an era of GTM engineering. So more than architecting, GTM engineering is the future. So whenever we are designing campaign, we are not just, doing campaigns for the sake of doing campaigns. Okay. We'll have to design them, we'll have to engineer them. So engineering is only possible so when we have the context, when we understand the context and we are aligned with the product, with the marketing, with the sales, with the engineering, with the business. So if we are not aligned, then the campaigns would be completely misaligned. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Om, for sharing those insights. I think very well said. The GTM engineering part, I think it's very, very important. Great. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure having you with us on this podcast series. For our viewers, thank you for tuning in to the B2B Marketing Podcast series. For more such conversations and insightful discussions, join us at the B2B World Summit and Awards 2026 on 20th of March in Bangalore. Until next time, keep asking yourself this question: what is my predictable pipeline? Thank you.